workers suffer as the economy slows to 3-year low. That's on the Punch. And this one says Sanwo-Olu approves work from home, slashes transport fare. That is also on the Punch newspaper. And I thought about this just while I was off. Like, what plans are different state governments now going to look at? I know that we used to have the buses for the transport fare for civil servant buses that the government had put on the road. I don't know how effective those are and whether they still are effective, because at the time we had the buses, the fares have even tripled more than what it was. So it would mean we were hoping that more buses could have been added to that. Well, the Ministry of Transport hopefully would take initiative and do something or come up with a plan. Federal government plans cooking gas exports to ban to crash price. Federal government plans cooking gas export ban to crash price. This would not be the first time they've tried it. We've done it several other times, and they said that we produce enough cooking gas. And for a country where we have this resource, it's like I don't understand why cooking gas and cement are expensive in Nigeria. That's a math I can't put together. Military, police, NEMA conduct search rescue drills in rivers. All of those are headlines you would find on the Punch, and this one's very interesting. Pro-Amechi APC faction denies defecting to PDP working for Wike. That is also on the Punch newspaper this morning. A commercial is just around the corner, a few seconds. But before we take that commercial, let me see if I could touch on two more headlines on the Vanguard. NLC blames IMF, World Bank for power sector crisis in Nigeria. I was watching something on television where the late MKO Abiola was talking about our over-dependence on these international bodies and how the data that they give us is what we want to run the country with. Remember that these people don't live here. We have experts. So what is the use of the experts we have here if we are going to always depend on what comes from these international bodies? Well, let's take the break. When we return, more headlines and your contributions.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
When I win this, we'll get 250k for 9 mobile promo, I go chop life so
250k? We are
at on the Vanguard before we open the phone lines and take your messages on WhatsApp. Don't forget that you can also be a part of the conversation on Facebook, okay? And it's best on Facebook because you not only get to listen, you can also watch, and you get the opportunity to drop your comments real time. That means you're watching and listening and commenting at the same time to whatever issue that you want to respond to. But remember to try and keep your message short. It's a live stream, so it means that we have plenty of messages coming in, and it'll be difficult to catch up if yours is pretty long. Okay, so keep it short and simple. On the Vanguard, be patient. CBN working to strengthen Naira. Cardoso begs Nigerians. I've always said I understand the idea of all of this, but then we all know that for a solid economy, you don't just depend on the monetary policies of the CBN to make that work. What is the economic plan altogether? What's the direction? What are we looking at? What are we doing? Are we producing? What are we looking at producing? What sector of the economy? It's beyond just the CBN putting down the policies and then the EFCC, clamping down on Bureau de Change operators who did not bring themselves there in the first place. Even if what they're doing is understandable, but then, come on. I think we need more, don't you think? Post Buhari, why Tinubu cannot afford to fail. You will find all of these details on the Vanguard newspaper. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. I'll take that again on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So please do well to join in, and let's get the conversation going. Numbers to call are 0817-923-0002. I'll take it again, 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. You can also call 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. As much as possible, be very direct with your contribution. If it's possible, have a pen and paper. Jot down the things you want to respond to so that you can just hit it directly, and no need to, take a lot of time beating around the bush before you eventually say what you want to say. Bless Dollar. Okay, let's start with Olebara. Says, all these beg, we are tired of hearing them. If they don't know how to handle the myriads of problems, they should throw in the towel. Doesn't the chief of defense know where to channel his warning on coup? How does this concern the masses? Good morning. Police, military, and other security agencies started Operation Drew to rescue the state. This is a good one, and policemen should stop collecting money from motorists. Blessed Ola Ogu Ojone Justice on Facebook. These messages are from Facebook. Federal government through CBN should allow customers to get dollars at counters and eliminate middlemen. All these arrests is a proof of frustration. It's not the first time. It happened under the Buhari administration too. It's something that's been happening. When it gets this way, the next people who apprehended or clamped on would be the Bureau de Change operators on the streets. Raymond Ezealiko says River State Police Force should concentrate more on the stop and search and leave 100 Naira alone. It is dividing their attention. Patrick Amadi says, good morning, Ifeemi. I commend the Obiakwa Council boss on his developmental strides. Federal government making move to reduce price of cooking gas. That effort is not working at all. Thank God Ability says cost of living. Lagos civil servants to work 3 days a week. There's a big problem in Nigeria. Now, there's the advantage of that and then disadvantage of that if you critically look at it. In Edo State, remember, that was also implemented. And I had a guest from Edo State that I spoke to. How this generally would then affect the outcome, IGRO. There's a lot of things that's in play. And do we even have a system that's working to enable work from home effectively in the civil service? That's another question that we also need to ask ourselves. As much as it's a great idea, but it has to be properly well thought out. King Boy says a group of Rivers women protest for peace in the state. Those fighting our governor should stop. Lorenzo Delight, EFCC arresting people that change dollar is very laughable. Those that attack police officers at Eliozu should be arrested. Security agencies conducting search and rescue drills in the state. That's a good one. Tamanosaki Dokubo says policemen should stop forcing road driver users to pay them money. Not road users, I think you mean motorists. to pay them money. Keep the messages on Facebook coming. There's still plenty. Okay, Christian Williams says, I pray this NLC stand their ground, though. The sufferings facing Nigerians occasioned by high increase the cost of living is totally unacceptable. I saw a post that suggests that people would go on a protest in Delta State over the high cost of living. I don't know whether it's really true. I saw that post on somebody's status. I was trying to verify, trying to talk to a few contacts I have in Delta State, but I haven't gotten a response about it. I'm pretty sure. Let's wait and see how it goes. Letura J Boy Jacob says, good morning. How long federal government should continue to beg the masses? For me, this government doesn't have plans for the country. That is from Letura J Boy Jacob. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, well, you're missing quite a lot. Get on there, watch, listen, and drop your comments. Let's go take a few calls now. JJ from Rumigbo, good morning to you.
Yeah, and welcome, and thank God for your health this morning.
All right, thank you, thank God.
Welcome back.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say my heartfelt condolence to the police, River State Police Command, who lost one of the inspectors, and they said they're investigating. I think they should investigate well. And I also call on the IGP not to play politics with this one the way they played with that of the fine policeman, Angbashim. And Rivers men marching through the street of Port Harcourt to call for peace. Andrew, you know that song by Common and John Legend, When the Glory Come? That was what they did yesterday, marching through the street to talk that, look, without peace, we cannot have development. So I think I support them in total and conclusively. I don't know if the EFCC saw this bureau people printing dollars. Where do they get the dollars? Or did they go to America to import the dollar into this country? Is it not from the banks? You go to the bank, you don't see dollar, you see dollar on the street with people. How do they get it? Why not raid the banks and know? The same banks, when Emefiele said he brought new notes, they were, in short, Andrew, good morning.
Thank you, JJ. Let's go to Leighton Barry in Bori. Good morning, Leighton Barry.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Yeah, let me look at EFCC arrest Bureau de Change in their detention, about 150 persons detained. If you may, I don't even know what is happening in this country, and we like doing something upside down. The people who are responsible for holding these dollars are not being arrested. I don't know why the government of Nigeria see a way of doing things the other way around. If banks are responsible for these dollars, why not go after banks and even those who are doing import and export to see how these things operate or how it goes? These people have little money. These people they arrested, they have little money to use in doing this business, and you are arresting them. Is the problem being solved? That is that. The women in River State protest for peace in River State. I think I have tried to advise our people, and mostly the governor. Sometimes he has a problem with somebody and they said, do these things so that it will bring peace in River State. I have advised. Sometimes we'll begin to act in a different way, whereas the problem is going another way. Let the governor try to sit down and look at what he agreed with the president and the former governor. And with that, peace will return. Lastly, FG plan to stop gas export and import to crash price. Federal government is not sincere to look at these things. They look that the poor has money to spend so that the government will be rich. It does not help matters. So let us see how we can.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you very much. Let's get on to good news.
To do these things.
Good news in Mapari and Temple in Rumumasi. Remember, if you're listening, you can call us 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. Let's start with good news from our 3. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother, man.
All right, go ahead.
Wow, one of my happiest news this morning is saying your voice is very strong.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We love you. Yes, below the change and agents arrested. When I tell you, my brother, that Nigerians like climbing the tree from the top, you will say why that I'm alleging. How can you see people looking for their stomach on the streets? You went and arrested them. You didn't arrest the bank CEOs, the managers, the people who collect the money from CBN, the dollars. You didn't arrest any of them. You went and arrest people who managed to see if they can struggle to get little things, just stand on the road and call people, that they change $100, $200 in a day. You went and packed all of them because looking for food to eat. You call them Nigerians, they try to make sure they do not call them Nigerians again. You went and pack them. That's the reason why dollar is climbing. Meanwhile, there's nothing Nigeria is producing, including toothpick. They import them. Pencils they import. Then the name of IMF and World Bank gives instruction on how to devalue Naira. And why must they keep looking at IMF and World Bank? Why must we listen to them? What is that thing that every president that comes must listen to them? Is it that during the campaign, when they go, they give them a document to sign, or they give them blood to leak, or they give them something to sign on that they must kill and impoverish their country? Today, Niger Republic has sent France away from their country, and they're trying to push their country in order. That's how we go today with this country. Finally, the issue of rivers women protest for sin. Yes, they have tried, but okay, before I go there, let me talk about this gas. Stopping of gas exportation to reduce gas price in Nigeria. What kind of country are we? If my brother, man.
All right, thank you. Let's get on to Temple. Rumomasi is calling from Rumomasi. Temple, good morning to you. Go ahead,
please. Good morning, the very distinguished Femi Andrew. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. Straight to the point.
Yes, so indeed, the Opolo community also extend their regards to you, sir. This morning, indeed, is indeed very condemnable on the attack of the police officers at Ilios. I think, thank God they were able to retaliate and get some of them, But listening to the CPRO, SP Grace Eringe Koko, telling me that they were on a stop and search. I think what most of our police officers do on the road is not stop and search, but stop and collect money. And that has divided a lot of them, their attention to focus and concentrate on their core mandate of protecting lives and property, even though at the extent of protecting their life. Because somebody must protect his own life must be intact before you talk about protecting other persons. I think some of them also on the road this morning should take precautions and ensure that concentration is not being divided with immediate alacrity. And at the same time, the escort of women, protecting for maximum peace in River State, I would say, is the welcome development. And for them, those of them that are, insulting the office of the governor, for me, it is not a surprising thing to me, but I want to appeal to the governor as a person, as a good man, as a lover of peace, to begin to at least realize and get conscious of the powers within the office he occupies. Because for me, the very distinguished Femi Andrew, on the road to freedom, there must be balance of terror. Thank you so much. All
right, thank you very much, Temple. George is calling from Buguma. We have Frank from D-Line as well. The number still remains 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Frank from D-Line, good morning.
Good morning, it's me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Rivers women protest call for peace in the state. Yes, this protest is in the right direction. And I'm happy that they have realized that they need peace in the state. The way people have been clamoring for war is not good. This is time for governance. This is not time for politics again. People should stop now drawing support for team and drawing support 2026, we can do that one. For now, let them allow them to work as a governor and minister. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get now over to George. Good morning to you. Oh, Dotain Gokana, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dota. Good morning.
Yeah, welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Andrew, this one I want to look at federal government saying that they will stop exporting gas. Mr. Andrew, I don't want them to tell us anything. They should just stop so that when you get to the gas station, you can buy your gas. It is becoming so impossible for me to save money to buy cooking gas. Please, federal government, whatever thing you will do, just go ahead to do it to help the citizens of this country. We have subsidy. Gas we used to buy for 3,000 is now over 10,000. How do we survive? And I keep asking, where will the money come from, Mr. Andrew? Where are we going to go and plug this money to just put it together and buy one gas bottle? Fill one and then you can cook maybe another 1 or 2 months. Mr. Andrew, please, they should help us. Do something. If it is to stop it, stop exporting so that we can have at home first.
All right.
Madam Dotago,
thank you. Christian in Ubima, good morning. Christian. Okay, we lost that call from Christian. 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. This headline on the Nation newspaper, very interesting one. President knocks permanent secretaries for slowing down governance. Food crisis, Lagos, Ogun, customs unveil palliatives. You find all of those on the Nation. Cooking gas export may end to cut price. I don't understand how that. If we have enough of cooking gas, it's. The idea is we produce locally so these companies can serve our needs locally, and then the excess can be exported. So why would we stop them from exporting? It would only mean that we're not producing enough. Is that what it means? If we're producing enough already, then we can satisfy our demands internally and allow these people make their money by exporting to whichever country and whoever needs it elsewhere. Isn't that the idea? Because the government would also make money off of that. Well, Senate passes Southeast Development Commission bill. That's also on the Nation newspaper. Let's go over to Roy in Abua. We'll start with you. Hello, Roy. Okay, Gift is in Yenegua. Good morning, Gift. Hello, Gift. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, go ahead.
Andrew, welcome back. Good morning, my wonderful brother.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me talk about the cooking gas. Just like what my sister, Madam Dota Gokana, is talking about. We should just get to work. They should do it. The question you're asking, Mr. Andrew, let me tell you, if today they decide to stop the exportation of gas, the price will crash down. As far as I'm concerned, what they are producing for domestic use is not enough. So for now, forget about exporting this gas to any other country. Take care of the country first of all. Look inward. This is what they've been doing with even the light. You give a sell out a light to other countries. Meanwhile, we are in darkness. So continue with that electricity aspect. But the one of this cooking gas, my brother, it is also important. Man must work. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gift. Robin is in Echie. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Every day, the federal government get confused by my take. President Bola Tinubu said it is his turn. Omiloko, he said so. And the first day he became president, after he took out of office, he said subsidy is gone. So he did not know that they too should have bound exportation of gas. He did not know. It's realizing today. Go to Rumuji, there's gas there. Everybody in Nigeria know about liquefied natural gas in Bonny. Everybody know. They are loading the ship and they are exporting, making money, milking us. Even where this gas is coming from, Niger Delta here. Then the bill to change, I have said it. I'm going to say it for the uptime time. They are keeping goalposts. The problem of the dollars are the politicians. You see me, Andrew? This past election, I saw 80-something-year-old men, 70-something-year-old women. They were carrying dollars in all the villages. In Rivers State, is it the Bureau de Change who went and gave them those dollars? These people are jokers, so. I mean, the Christians will not get sense. They should continue to fool themselves and not me. Good morning, very much.
All right, Robin, thank you very much. The number is still 0817-923-0003. We'll take, okay, Susie's on the line. We'll take Susie, and then we get onto some messages on WhatsApp and Facebook. Hello, Susie. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome.
Welcome back.
All right, thank you.
Sorry to Nigeria police for the loss of one of their officers. And I also say that it is good for one to preach peace. River State women that actually march on the street. The only funny thing I have with this kind of situation is when we are marching for peace, marching for peace for sin and all of that. We are even using what is supposed to be very natural as a commodity for cashing out and all of that. For me, I don't know what that means. I want to also advise the River State women who cares to know that crimes and criminality linked by courtesan in our communities, schools and primary schools in River State. These are our children. The courtesan is becoming an organic link to a kind of serious problem that is more of crime in River State. So the women should also be able to advise and tutor their children, because the issue of managing and curbing courtesan begins from the house, where parents have children. Your children will go out, you don't even know where they are going to, and they walk in and come into the house, you don't ask them questions. So I am not saying that we should not participate in politics, whatever we want to do, but the problem of peace and whatever we want to preach should start from the house, not even the one we want to announce to the governor or commissioner or president, so that they will see us and record us and send to us and give us money and we share. And when you share the money, you come back to your house. The same peace you want to preach outside in trying to eulogize somebody is still ravaging your own house and all of that. For me, it's a contradiction, and they should advise their children to avoid courtesan in the street so that we can have.
All right, Susie, thank you very much. Let's also not forget to drop our comments. We can get on X, Nigeria Info PH. That's the handle on X, formerly Twitter. And drop our comments there. We'll take some messages on Facebook for now. This one here says, Anunobi, the same country that's suffering of gas scarcity is the same country flaring gas. Shame to our leaders. Odinakachi Woyike says the killing of police inspector along Elio's axis of the state is condemnable. Dominic says with the sign of Southeast Development Bill. Oh, okay. Already lost that one. Lost that message. Alari Spief says, good morning. Federal government should stop telling us that what they want to do. We just need implementation from them and see results as we go to gas stations. I condole with the family of the police officers. Thank God Ability says, may God bless the women that protested against the hindering of development in Rivers State. Now, all of these messages are from Facebook. Let's quickly get on WhatsApp and see what you are saying there. Plenty of them here as well. Patrick Amadi, will start with you. And he says, good morning, Thiemi. I commend the Biakwa Council boss on his developmental strides. I think we took that on Facebook before, so I'll just have to skip it. I support the women that came out for the protest. Let those involved in this political unrest allow the governor concentrate. Confidence says be patient as he has become the order of the day. CBN2, if this federal government led by the president don't know what to do, with all due respect, let them resign. Confidence in Lebedim, that's from you. Iceberg says cost of living, Lagos government consider reducing working days. Say they should work from home. All the various state governors should persuade the federal government to quickly make the refineries work effectively. As for AFCC, Rating Bureau, the change operators, they should also extend it to residents of politicians. For the Bureau of Change operators, one thing that's confusing for me is what's the charge? Because they've been arrested before. They've been clamped down on before. This is not the first time. So what those people then, were they charged to court? What was the allegation on them? And then when they were taken to court, like, you need to understand, were they just released back to the streets and everybody forgot about them, and then when the dollar is beginning to go up again, we come back and arrest? What exactly does this aim to achieve on a long run? So these people who have been arrested now, are they being charged to court? If they are being charged to court, on what grounds? What did they do? We should know more. More information about the situation is what we Nigerians would want to hear. Let's take a very short commercial. We'll come back and take some more of your messages on WhatsApp. Do stay with us.
So that's how we got to the restaurant too. And it was
Babes, are you okay?